Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of AC Saturday, my weekly Saturday show where I talk about anime or comics, or sometimes both, and the rare occasion both. Today we are talking about the final episode of the first season of My Hero Academia, as I have wrapped that first season up, the episode titled In Each of Our Hearts. In this, where we left off, All Might beat the crap out of Nomu, the big bird-brained thing, sent it flying into the atmosphere and blowing up clouds and stuff. And so here we pick up right there. Actually, we do a quick detour first to the trio of students, the two girls and the electric kid, and basically find out that there was another electric guy over there who we kind of saw like climbing out of the ground, I think, in the last episode. And he's the one that they deduce was probably jamming all the communications going out, and he basically says, like, if you try anything, I'm going to kill this kid, because he's still dumbfounded after shorting out his brain. Kaminari, the girl with the like headphone jack ears, tries to kind of trick him and monologue at him while like subtly letting the ear jack go down to her little plug-in in her feet. I would also say that's poor costume design, where you've got to get it all the way down to your feet. Why not just have it like in your neck or something? But whatever the case, the villain sees what's going on, stops it, and basically says, like, cut it out or I will kill him. So that's a weird little detour to kick off the episode, because then we go back to the action that everybody really wanted to see. All Might basically holding his bluff as long as he can. He's completely drained. He knows that if he moves, he's going to revert back to his like normal form. We get the bad guy's name, Tamura Shigaraki, creepy hands guy. He and the vapor void guy basically make one last push to try and kill All Might. They think he is actually weaker, and maybe they are going to try and call his bluff. Deku jumps into action to try and buy All Might a little bit of time and save him from these bad guys, busting his legs in the process, so he's back to that again. But it does buy All Might just enough time for the rest of the heroes basically to show up and start doing their stuff, including like the MVP hero that basically can shoot from like half a mile away or whatever, because he like sharpshoots creepy hands guy a couple times, and basically that's what like starts sending them away. He also shoots Electro guy that was that had the kids at the beginning of the episode. So with a lot of the League of Villains getting rounded up and captured by the heroes that have shown up, creepy hands guy and void guy basically like get the hell out of there, escape. We get to see Kirishima, who's like rock hard hands guy with the spiky red hair. He almost discovers All Might as he goes to check on Deku. And so Deku and All Might kind of have a little freak out moment of like, oh my god, he's going to discover All Might's secret. But Cementos, one of the other heroes that can basically control cement, kind of builds up a barrier and says, you go back to the front, we're going to check on the injured here and make sure everybody's okay. We then cut to a little scene where Creepy Hands guy, basically we find out that he was under the orders from somebody that he talks to as Master, as well as somebody else who is working with the Master, and created, the two of them it seems, created Nomu Birdbrain guy. And they're all kind of using the League of Villains as like a cover for their attempt to bring down All Might and kind of rain chaos in the world. So they don't seem to really be associated with the League of Villains. In fact, they seem to look down on them, but we're using them as basically pawns in their big plan. As all the students start discussing like what went on among themselves in the arenas, Naval Laser Boy comes out, and he plays coy about where he's been. He keeps saying, "Where do you think I was? Where do you think I was? It's a secret." Hoo, hoo, hoo. And it's like, okay, were you hiding, or what was going on there, dude? What? We also get our update on Eraserhead and 13, that they will survive, but they may be irreparably like changed after this. There's specific mention to Aizawa's ocular cavities maybe being damaged, so he might not be able to use his quirk, which was, looking at somebody and erasing their quirk. If he can't use his eyes anymore, it stands to reason that might be out. And we also still see 13's kind of suit very damaged in kind of the shots of her. I still don't know if it's a him or her. We also briefly meet Detective Sue Couchy, who is a few episodes ago. All Might basically said, these are the people who know my secret. It's Midoriya, Deku, it's healing girl, nurse lady, it's the principal, and then it's this other guy. And so we learn here that it's this other guy was this regular detective guy. All Might does mention that he's afraid he might be irreparably weakened again, and he might only have like an hour now to be in like hero big All Might mode, but he very much has great faith in the students in the fact that they, fought and sacrificed their lives in the same way that he did, in the same way that Eraserhead and 13 did. And then lastly, in a little post-credits tease, we get future Deku, who's kind of been serving as the narrator for a lot of this, says that this was only the beginning, and we also kind of get a glimpse of a new baddie that has like a creepy tongue. So from creepy hands to creepy tongue guy who's like perched over on a on a top of a building or something. So that all seems to be setting up season 2, which like based on talking with friends and the like 13.5 episode that I watched after this, which is basically just a recap episode, but they're all setting up for season 2 is going to be the UA Sports Festival, which seems to be like a hero competition, like almost reality show-esque. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes up and how I'm sure villains will come into play and try and muck things up there. Overall, I really enjoyed the first season of My Hero Academia. Definitely much more lighthearted, of course, than Death Note. Much more vibrant and colorful and just fun. It was a much more fun experience, but still has some heart. There's genuine moments where you feel for Deku as he's trying to be everything that he's wanted to be since he was 4 and told that he would never be that. He's finally getting these opportunities, and we see very much that he embodies what it really means to be a hero. Not just like a hero who has a quirk, because 80% of this world has quirks, but he really, even when he didn't have a quirk, would act without thinking to save somebody else if he needed to or if he could. So he just has that heart that he embodies everything, and that's what All Might sees in him, and why All Might chose him to be successor, is because he embodies everything that a hero should be in this world. He's inspirational and aspirational, and he's willing to work and try and do whatever he can to make it work. So those are my thoughts on this episode of My Hero Academia and this season as a whole. I think I'll probably take a step away and do some comics for the next couple weeks, but I very much look forward to coming back to Season 2 of My Hero Academia sometime in the near future. Let me know what you thought about the season in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.